Hey, okay, so here in the lighthouse, I found like a ton of supplies and a bunch of soda, and as you can hear, it's still outside. That thing that chased me here, it's still here. But the good news is, I think news, I found out that this radio, I can actually, it's portable. I can kind of laying it over my shoulder here, and walk around. Okay. I'm gonna look around a little bit more. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it does turn out that, yeah, as you can hear, it is still outside. Whatever chased me here in the storm, I'm still in this lighthouse, and so trying to figure out the good news. Okay, here's the good news. The walls are thick, it seems. It hasn't gotten in yet. It's been a while. I fell asleep at one point, and I don't know how long it's been. There's no clocks in here. My phone's not working, and I just don't have a lot of information. What I do know is there's a lot of supplies, and it's mostly a soda. So I don't really drink a ton of soda, but I think I'll start, I guess. It's called Kolsky Cola in these little bottles. I can't really say too much about these bottles. They're pretty basic, little red label. I don't know. Crack one open and try a little bit. I'm gonna look around a little bit more downstairs. I'm pretty nervous about looking downstairs. I feel like staying in the lighthouse itself is more safe, but we'll see. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so hold on just a moment here. I'm gonna get a bit of that Kolsky Cola. Yum, very good, very, very good. Nobody's responded yet. And I don't know how far away I am from where I crashed. I'm just trying to kind of grasp a lot of this. The good thing is I found another tape. I'm just going to kind of play that, I think, just to calm me down. And I'm going to explore a little bit and try and figure out what exactly is happening. Okay. I'm going to play it. Here goes. It says, on the label, it says Chelsea Lore and the word hell. I'm guessing based on the last thing that it's a story, but maybe it's music. I don't know. Hopefully something simple. The hell's not a great name. I'm a little worried. But anyway, I'm going to explore while I play this. Here it goes.
Hell. My family wasn't religious when I was a kid, but somehow I got my hands on a kid's book about hell. Side note, maybe don't write kids' books about hell. The book detailed the many vague ways God tricks us into going halfsies on our own demise. It was important to disseminate the good word to children, because they are somehow equally the most and least godlike beings. They are the only segment of the population that's fascinated by pests, which means they're also the most likely to befriend the satanic serpent himself. Browsing the aisles in Agway, a feed and garden shop in Pennsylvania, I bumped into a barrel of luscious wax lips and took one, hid it remorseless in a pouch on the front of my Hunchback of Notre Dame jumpsuit. Then I spotted a row of colorful dog cookies. A dazzling display reeks of meat, smells to entice and invite a jerky wonderland. I grabbed two, one for me and one for the dog. I once managed to separate the marshmallows from the garbage in Lucky Charms, and the rush I felt then comes in close second to that of the Agway incident. So while my mother paid for some unremarkable, inedible good, I held eyes with the cashier and really creeped them out, because nobody wants to hassle an unblinking child. My hunchback pouches were lumping out with secret numbs, and I had to get out of there. So I ran out the store. Behind the Jeep, I snailed up onto myself and ate the dog cookie and the wax slips in about a minute. The wax slips tasted like I thought a candle might, and it hurt to swallow, but I had to destroy the evidence, so I charged onward. The dog cookie was excellent, as expected. When the deed was done, it occurred to me that if my picture book research on hell has taught me anything, I'd just proven myself to be the one true, chosen Antichrist. The trailer park kids got together and formed an exploratory team whenever a lot was declared abandoned. I accompanied them on a trek to the trash-caked concrete slab where a trailer was parked just the day before. I found 3 7-Up bottles and a light bulb. The boys kicked over a pizza box and went wild, shrieked, "Flat cat!" and flapped their arms as if to lift themselves in disgust from this earth that so brazenly hosts gravity enough to pancake a pet. Indeed, below lay a flat cat. And upon first glance, the ridiculously fucking disgusting image of its rotten, screeching body in profile branded my sorry eyeballs. And wherever I went for days, I saw Flat Cat. Flat Cat in the shower, Flat Cat in the macaroni, Flat Cat under the bed, Flat Cat on the swings, Flat Cat fucking ruining everything I love. I figured the grim spirit of Flat Cat was sent to escort me south after the terrible things I did to those wax lips. I discovered that prayer was the accepted and admittedly unreliable cure for this haunting I'd called upon myself. Dear God, I'm sure you remember me from last week. I ate some things I shouldn't have. We've all been there, am I right? And I think now we can both agree that this Flat Cat thing is frankly getting out of hand. So I'll probably deconstruct this experience later, when I begin to develop a complex moral compass, while I painfully realize my survival depends on a sick, resigned acceptance of the demands and consequences of a pitiless capitalist society. So, with all that to look forward to, we can probably call all this lesson learned.
All right. Okay. Another story. Yep. Okay. That's very good. I'm starting to get a little worried that the thing that is outside, it's like honestly, it's like a big dog, or like maybe, it kind of seemed like it had more legs than 4. I like that story though. That was good, right? Calm me down a little bit. So, just trying to figure out exactly what to do next. I explored the basement a little bit. I can't find anything before the 70s. Right? Like, that I can recognize, at least. This radio, even, that's over my shoulder, I feel like it might be early 80s. I don't know. I just don't know when these things are from. But I found more of the Kolsky Cola in the basement. There's a lot of this stuff, and I don't know if that's good or bad. It's keeping me awake, which is good, I think, because I don't want to fall asleep, and I'm really nervous about falling asleep, and I really, really don't want to fall asleep. I'm thinking, no sleep. No sleep is good. So there's a reverse side to this that has a different label. It says summer, and it also says Chelsea lore. I'm just going to play this real quick. Hopefully this calms me down a little bit and I can search around a little bit more, maybe find some food. Okay, here it goes.
Summer means long days, hot dog skin, bees between your toes, dairy shits, boggy thigh chafe, pollen blizzards, speedoline pube tufts, and surprise rashes. Sometimes summer means falling in a pond and emerging, unrecognizable, trussed in lily pads and rusty hooks. Sometimes summer means getting your legs sucked thigh deep into a dry lake bed and being rescued by a strange family that followed your screams. Sometimes summer is proudly parading your first bra and matching cargo khakis on a strut around the neighborhood, throwing finger guns at passers-by. And sometimes summer means Bible camp is ruined by a centipede migration. I once spent 6 weeks at a summer camp for low-income children who don't get enough quality time with trees, and I refused to get in the lake. I would have punched any fool in the stomach to send a warning that I would not be pushed in. The tangly weeds gave me vomit burps, and I had seen a cat skull resting on the bottom, I was sure. The floor was a graveyard of cat heads, and my toes might get stuck in their eye sockets. I could conjure one gruesome imagination if it meant getting out of physical activity. But every morning, after a breakfast of dry cereal, served on a gravel road next to the buses that brought us in from the city, all the kids would make perfect lines in a field, and from a large church tower, Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show would sonically shower us all. Then we were forced to dance in unison like an unsuspecting sexually deviant youth brigade for exercise, while a very, very muscular lady camp director would nod in approval from the tower. Lunch was the best part of the day, for the potato foods, but also for sitting down. Too much moving. Terrible. I was on a big milk kick at the time. Milk this, milk that. I couldn't get enough. I collected milks from all the kids who didn't know what they were missing. Consequently, I became known for my explosive dairy gas, and I became legend among girl troop number 11. Camp was cool.
Alright, so, a lot of stories. So, this is nothing against her, but I think I fell asleep. During that last story, I think maybe that's actually a good thing, right? Like, it was so beautiful that I fell asleep. I don't know, like, calm. It's very calming. It's very calming. So, the bad news is, though, and you can tell it's bad news because I'm whispering. I had a Kolsky Cola right before, and I thought maybe the caffeine would keep me up, but it just didn't. And something's outside still. But the worst part, the thing that I'm concerned about is some of the other ones that I had set out. I set out a few on a desk, just trying to drink as much as I can. There was some missing on the desk. There was one I opened, took a single sip out of. It sat there for a while, and I fell asleep. But when I woke up, it was empty. And I'm not prone to sleep drinking that I know of. It's possible, right? That's probably what it was. I just kind of fell asleep and drank an entire soda by myself. I guess I'm worried something is in here with me. I'll broadcast again soon.